What is going on, guys? My name is Isaac and welcome back to another video.
Go time, baby.
Today we're qualifying at the Victorian Hire Kart Championship. This is Karting Madness in Braybrook. I've never actually been to this track before, so what you're seeing is my very first lap ever at this track. No practice, and we're straight into qualifying. As you guys know, rental karts can be a little bit hit or miss. The brakes, I found out on this kart in particular, were pretty spongy, and I had a really difficult time slowing down and getting it turned in. It felt really lazy in the front end. But this track is awesome. I really enjoyed driving at this track. It's very fast, very flowing, very technical. And that's the first ever lap. So in this heat there were 15 of us, 3 drivers in our heat. So this is the Rookies League. 3 drivers from the heat they're actually part of the weekly league that happens at this track. So needless to say, they got the 3 fastest times, but the rest of us had a pretty good scrap battling it out. And this was really a massive opportunity for me to get to see that guy caked it, but for me to try out my mental preparation techniques. So I've tried a lot of different things around visualization, watching film, studying, just try my best to learn without physically going to the track, which is, I've read studies on it, of people practicing piano in their head, but very intentionally, versus people actually playing the piano, and both parties making substantial progress. So this was a chance for me to put all of that to the test for myself. That part's very fun, very high commitment, going over that bump. Full speed, just flat out. Getting this part right is very difficult. I would say the most difficult part of the track. Very easy to lose a lot of time there. And this part is actually very slippery at first, but you actually have a lot of grip on the wood. It's just that initial transition of the surfaces. This one, that hairpin, also very easy to be a bit too happy on the throttle and spin, get a bit of oversteer, and then you just lose massive amounts of time leading up to that straight there. See, I'm turning the steering wheel quite a lot, just trying to induce rotation. Terrible corner. I think you could hear me talking to myself. Just that was not a good sight. I also made a mistake on this with everything here. Oh, that was a big hit into the wall, trying to find the limit. Is that my helmet is too big, and so it constantly slides down. You just saw me readjust the helmet there. Really frustrating, really distracting. So I'm going to get a new helmet, needless to say. Until I still haven't quite gotten the hang of that corner yet. I'd say overall I've gotten up to speed relatively decently already. I think, what is that, 5 or 6 laps or something, and I'm already catching a lot of the drivers ahead. And mind you, the spread of the field is very spread, it's very wide. You had, again, some of the league drivers, and you've got some people who were multiple seconds off the pace. So you had a mixed bag on the grid. 15 of us, so a very busy track as well, trying to qualify in these conditions. There's a bit of oversteer I was talking about. Don't want to get sandwiched. Very narrowly missed that one, to be honest. Oh. And so this bit coming up here, this whole section is actually a lot bumpier than it looks, and so my helmet with every bump here, especially along here, slowly falls down on my face, and by the time I get to this hairpin, I've lost about half my vision. So it's every time around here I end up adjusting my helmet just because it keeps sliding down my face. There we go. Way better that corner. Yeah, at the same time I'm trying to set a fast time, I'm also scoping out to see where in the race makes good opportunities to overtake. And honestly, there isn't that many if the person that you're racing against is on pace and they're using the correct racing line. You're kind of waiting for them to make a mistake like that. It's a very tight track. You're on the limit most of the time, honestly. This, I believe, is my fastest lap of the session. You see, I've really just found my rhythm with the kart and with this track. Minimal oversteer there, which is good. I found my commitment with the barriers and the high-speed sections. Definitely catching the driver ahead, and now my lap here has been impeded from catching up to the driver ahead too much. So overall I ended up qualifying P8 out of 15. 1, 2 and 3 were taken by the lead drivers, and then from P3 to me, and P8 was half a second. So I'd say for my first time ever being at this track, in these karts, and having a very tightly packed grid, being 0.5 seconds off the pace of everyone who isn't a regular here, I felt like I did pretty well. I think I was one of the very few people, if not the only person, who would have been in this championship and never have visited this track before. Very cool, enjoyed that session. And yeah, now it's time to see how I do in the race.